What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the RTG. Black Friday has been and gone. We finished Gold 2 yet again. And I just wanted to take some time today to go back over the weekend, assess the promotion as a whole, talk about my FUT Champs run in general, have a look at some of the items that I've sold, and then I'm going to play a game on the new patch. So, yep, we finished Gold 2. This is my squad that I've now done a couple of changes to since the end of the weekend league, but we did have Nicholas Stark. We've sold him on. We've brought in Boateng to replace him, and we've also got Thorgan Hazard back in instead of Jadon Sancho. Now, I went at the beginning of this weekend league, I went 11-0. 11-0 was the best start I've had to a weekend league this year. I was playing some absolutely fantastic stuff, loving the team. Eventually got to 16-4. So played 20 games, got to 16-4, and then the elo and the matchmaking really started to kick in, and I was coming up against God Squad after God Squad, Icon team after Icon team, and basically just got demoralized at the matchmaking system in this game. I find it incredibly frustrating to come up. I mean, I have no complaints. I was sitting at quite a high level of form, but when you're getting smashed by Icon teams and God Squads, it's really not fun, and you've worked your way up to 16-4. You feel like you might be able to finish quite well, but it's just wasn't the case this weekend. I stopped before I'd even finished my game, so 17-9 I finished on. Got to Gold 2. I was quite happy with that, and I'm hoping to pack a second in form Hazard to really juice up that right hand side of my midfield, because Jadon Sancho just doesn't cut it, unfortunately. Now, we have sold some items. Obviously, we've sold Nicholas Stark. He was 77.5. I picked him up for 22.5, and I just couldn't turn down the profit at that point. They increased his price range to 80k. He's an absolutely fantastic card, and I'll definitely pick him back up when he goes back down. But for that price, I just had to sell. Picked up Boateng. Moving on, I picked up Alisson. I picked up a couple of Alissons, in fact, for 30k. Sold them on for 36. Also sold on Oblak when they didn't release the base icon SBC. I think I picked him up for about 42, sold him on for 46.5. I'm still holding a whole bunch of high-rated cards for a high-rated SBC. I found the Black Friday promotion deeply underwhelming, to be honest, especially without either the Icon SBC or another high-rated SBC, because, to be honest, Flashback Storage and Flashback Pato, deeply underwhelming cards. Both strikers didn't fit into my team, and I didn't do them. I also didn't do any of the Team of the Week upgrade packs, simply because the pack weight was absolutely atrocious. I saw so many people sinking coins into these Team of the Week packs and getting absolutely nothing, and I just didn't want to risk it. I was holding onto my 400k at that point, and I wanted to invest it into cards where I could actually make some money, so I didn't want to go through the coin sink. Didn't do a single Team of the Week upgrade, so from a content point of view, it's not the best, but I'd rather hold on to the coins and actually manage my club appropriately. I think now we'll go into some gameplay and discuss a new patch, so let's get into it. Alright guys, so as we go into the gameplay, I did want to talk about the new patch and the changes that have been made. This is a Division 3 Rivals game, so it was a pretty good test of the patch. This is my second game playing on the new patch, and I do notice quite a difference in the defending and the offensive runs that are being made by my attackers. So first of all, AI defending has been nerfed. You can tell the difference between this patch and the last one in the fact that the defenders don't block shots as often, which actually makes time finesses probably even more overpowered than they were before, which is a bit of a shame. I do prefer the impacts on manual defending now, so manual defending actually does serve a purpose. You can get blocks in manually rather than automatically. I found that you can still phase through tackles, and if anything, attacking has become easier, and as you'll see through this game, there were a lot of goals, which is I don't know if that's worrying or not, but it's probably a symptom of things to come. The amount of goals that were scored in this game alone go to show that attacking is now at the forefront of the game. Defending has taken a backseat. Time finesses are just as overpowered. And another thing I did want to also discuss, and I'm keen to hear from you guys if you can let me know, have you found that low driven shots, I mean not quite since this patch, but the patch beforehand even, when they actually patched the low driven so that they didn't become chip shots when you were holding L1 and R1 together, I found that low drivens, especially this weekend, I was scoring a ton of more low drivens to mix in with those time finesses. So I mean, time finesses, as you see, are still overpowered, but low drivens are almost back to where they were at FIFA 18 levels. Like, you can still score a ton of low drivens, and I've found it quite a good tool to just vary up my shooting. So let me know if you've actually been working the low driven into your repertoire as well. You've been scoring I've been scoring a ton of shots with low driven, so I'm keen to hear what you think about that. I think some people are going to find it quite frustrating now that the defenders are going to be blocking way less shots and they're going to be conceding a lot more goals, but I think it's something we'll all adapt to. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I think the real litmus test will be the first weekend league of this patch. So this upcoming weekend will be the true test of whether this patch has been a success or not, and whether people have adapted to the changes or not. I think I'm going to be grinding a fair few division rivals games this week just to get my head around the patch. Get used to the way it feels, but at the moment it seems to be okay. It seems to be quite a good change. It feels like your defenders are able to tackle a little bit better, but also your attackers are given more freedom. So I think people are going to be I think people will need to start relying less on the auto defending and the computer's AI to defend for them. So picking up how to manually defend and putting players in the right positions is going to be critical moving forward. In terms of my attack, Aubameyang I'm really starting to get the hang of and really starting to enjoy. Hazard has always been fantastic, and I've actually switched him from a Hawk Chem style to an engine just to give him a little bit more control. Player of the Month Royce is a great card, and unfortunately his stamina gets a little bit low towards the end of the game, which means he struggles against some defenses. In terms of my defense, I'm actually really happy with the way it's looking at the moment. Caligiuri has been fantastic at right back. Lindelof and Stark were great this weekend, as Hazard fires a 180 spin. No, but my defense has been fantastic. Decore's been a rock in the midfield. I do want to get Stark back as quickly as possible. Boateng is perfectly fine, but Stark and Lindelof, funnily enough, I know I was talking about Lindelof, the differences between Lindelof and Bailly, but Lindelof was fantastic this weekend, and I'm quite happy to keep using him. Decore, like I said, is just a hidden gem, and I wouldn't really replace him for Kante, especially because Kante is 400k, and Mo Salah is fantastic off the bench. His finesse shots from outside the box are absolutely amazing. So yeah, really happy to have him untradeable, really happy to have him coming off the bench. Now we do finish this game 8-4, which is a pretty ridiculous scoreline, and I'm hoping that that's just a one-off. But this patch, like I said, may have increased the effectiveness of attackers and decreased defenders. It's also nerfed constant pressure, so you find people running constant pressure are severely handicapped when it comes to late game. I actually run balance, so I'm not going to be too worried about that, and I probably will refrain from using team pressing. But that's a quick look at the new gameplay. Let me know what your thoughts were on the Black Friday promotion. Did you pack anything good from the Team of the Week upgrades? Did you do Flashback Storage and Flashback Pato, and did you like them? If you did enjoy the video, please leave me a like, leave me a comment, and I'll catch you next time, boys. Peace.